Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, Maarten37. Well, I was looking around some planes and we're looking at some airports. I know St. Barts, the infamous St. Barts, had a Cessna 404 Titan. That's like a favorite of mine. I love that plane. I flew a lot in FS Passengers and flown some in FSEconomy. I think those were some of my first flights. So I actually try to stay away from it a little bit, so we don't have too much of it, but I said, let's give that one a go. We haven't flown that in a while. And so this is going to be from St. Barts to St. Eustatius. You can see St. Barts, TFFJ, and St. Eustatius, TNCE, FD Roosevelt Airport. All right, it's only 3 people. I was surprised. I didn't realize this plane can actually hold 9 people, but we got 3 for it. That was as many as I could find. Was going here. So it's only $1,300, but it's a short flight, so I don't think the cost will be very much. We're renting it for $422 an hour, but it's such a short flight, only 26 miles. How long are we really going to be using it? Maybe our biggest might be, well, I guess I was going to say fuel, but actually the rent might be a little more. I think we'll have to pay a little bit of a ding on the bonus, but it's not much because it's such a short flight. So there it is, 26 miles. We're going to take off. If you can see the wind, both areas is coming from the south. Okay, so St. Barts, well, it's St. Barts, you have to take off on runway 28 here, heading 282, because obviously there's a hill in the back. St. Eustatius, we're going to land on a runway coming right here, straight in, runway 24, heading of 235. And so with all that, let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are in the plane. I was doing this a second ago, so I've actually already started up FSEconomy. And actually for the first time, like, all the payloads and fuel and everything actually matched, which is kind of nice. There's our plane, the Titan. It is kind of big when you think about it, because it does hold 9 people, so I guess it is pretty big. By the way, the scenery here for St. Barts is included in the St. Maarten scenery from FlyTampa. So go ahead down here. I've already put the tanks on. I'll flip that off because I was messing with it just a minute ago. Turn on the nav. There is no beacon. I guess it's just the nav. So we'll turn the battery on. And our nav light is on. I don't think we need to prime it because it's so warm outside. So I'm not going to mess with the priming. We'll go ahead and turn the mags on. Hit the auto start. See this one. I'll go ahead, do it that way. Because that one doesn't keep on going. I'll give you a chance. I didn't even turn the fuel pump on. I should have turned the fuel pump on when we were trying to start it. That was my mistake. Alright, so on the left one, we'll make sure and turn the fuel pump on for this one. By the way, right alternator. Mags, let's go ahead and hit the starter. Move that all the way up. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and turn that fuel pump off. Left alternator. I'd actually flip that warning off. Alright, so avionics west, pitot heat, stall heat. We're probably not going to need anything else just yet. Alright, let me go ahead and bring this up. Altitude warning, we're going to go to 4,500. It's such a short flight, there's no need to go any higher. What, 26 miles did we say? By the way, the heading for the airport, 282. So go ahead and set that real quick. Want to make it kind of quick since we're not making a whole bunch of money. They don't want to rent the plane for all that long. Parking brake coming off. Let's go ahead and push back. Oh, I just want to get around you, buddy. Now you're coming forward at me. Alright, I thought there might have been a tower here, but they're not so good. So I'm ready for takeoff. There's only one. Actually, wait. Runway 28? So it's 10? Wait a second. So it's actually 10. Runway 10? Looks like runway. I thought it was 28. But obviously 28's coming back this way. Let's go ahead and stop our pushback. I was thinking for sure it was 10. It is 20. I think this just hasn't moved yet. So, because I'm almost positive it's 28. So let's go ahead and turn on our taxi light. Let's go ahead and taxi on over. I know I'd like to be able to talk to people and tell them that we're taxiing, but so it looks like it will be 10, because that moved now. I thought it was for sure it was 28.
Tango Foxtrot, Juliet, traffic, Cessna, November, 902.
Yes, and you can see the marker right there is 10. I must have looked at the map wrong, because I thought for sure it was 28. Alright, so we're going to come over here and stop for a second. I'll fix my heading. So since I thought it was 282, let's see, it'll be 102. (102). Come on. 102. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead over here. Anti-collision. Landing lights are on. Let's go ahead and tell people we're taking off down to the south. Flaps coming out. By the way, I know I'm going to need that. Go ahead and remove this. CDI. Come on. Maybe you can't. There it goes. The GPS. Because I know you can mess with those switches too. Alright, so we're going to go over here and stop because we're going to bring up the engines and hold the brakes. Because it is such a short runway. This isn't like a stall aircraft. Apparently it can land there. I mean, it's not just stall aircraft that take off here and land here. I went way too far. Let's get ourselves lined up a little better. There we go. Just ring up, we'll go full power. Off we go. Let's go left on me, not right. Why are we swinging around? She's trying to bring it way left. Good lord. Better get up. Wow. Gears coming up. We did not have much room there at all. Wow. Better go left a little. Avoid that mountain. I'm just looking at our airspeed and it's not climbing too good. I'm gonna go ahead and retract the flaps. Wow, I did not know if we were gonna get up, and it kept going severe left on me. Got some flashes. I think you have to do that outside when I do that. Alright, let's trim this thing down. We're over the mountains and everything now. Yeah, we're good. So we'll head off down to the right. Yeah, we did not clear that by much. I thought it would be a little easier, but we didn't get up by much at all. It's kind of dangerous. Actually, extremely dangerous. See if I can clear these messages so we don't get any more. I don't know if I can or not. There we go. Head down to St. Eustatius. I can't remember where Saba is. I've been doing FS passengers and had St. Eustatius and Saba both, and St. Barts. Went from St. Barts to Saba. For For some reason, I'm thinking that's Saba, but I could be wrong. That could be Saba right there, actually. They're all so close. There's so many little islands around here that I can't remember one from the other. I've trimmed her down a little much. We can bring back the power as well. Let's climb back to 4,500. Actually, I think autopilot, hit nav, and this thing, you can actually control it. Let's go ahead and bring our mixture down. I'm gonna actually take it to 80. Like I said, I'd like to save some money on fuel. This was not a huge money maker. As soon as we get to 4,500, we'll bring the power down a little bit more. See my GPS, there we go. See, it's bringing up messages too. See if I can make that smaller. No! Stupid thing. I'll try that again. Man, this thing won't let you resize it? That's a bunch of bull. Altitude hold at 4,500. We can see the GPS better. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bring back the power a lot. Yeah, only 21 miles, so it's such a short flight. I'd like to fly down here a lot, but a lot of the planes down here, there's not many jobs. And the good planes, like there's several Aerosoft Twin Otters down here, as you can imagine. But you can't rent them because I guess, you know, people are kind of trying to do it realistic, you know, set up your business down here like a Win Air and be pretty realistic about it. Alright, so TNCE, we want runway 24. And this cockpit seems really dark. But as you can see, 24, if you can look over on that one, it's kind of like on that one as well. It's really hard to read the instruments for some reason. I don't know why it's so dark. Anyhow, start track, let's go 211 on the heading. And of course I'm going to put that to the runway heading 235. So as you can see, it's almost straight in. Airport elevation, I believe, is just around 100 feet or so. It could be actually a little closer to sea level even. If I remember correctly, there's like literally nothing there. I think that might be Saba. But yeah, if I remember, this is the one. There's just literally coming on a runway and there's a road, if I remember correctly, on each side. Kind of comes over the runway. Should probably switch this over to heading. If I remember, there's a big lip and it just kind of messed up with water on those edges and everything. Right, 15 miles. I think that would be St. Kitts. That's St. Eustatius. And that would be Saba. And Nevis just on the other side, which is smaller than St. Kitts. Because I landed on, I think I went from St. Eustatius over to St. Nevis. We're going to hit Kitts on the way back. That's an FS pastures I'm talking about. That was my plan. You can see it does look kind of messed up there. Alright, let me go ahead and we'll get this airport. Let me move that GPS. Nearest airport list, TNCE. Tune into the traffic. Runway for landing, 24. And full stop landing. And that's our position.
November, Charlie Echo, traffic, Cessna, November, 92580, just 12 miles north, 4,400, inbound to land, runway 24.
Alright, let's go ahead and trim this thing down, pull back on the power a little bit more. I think that's the runway. Like I say, there's not much to this one. No buildings or anything, if I remember correctly. It's been 2 or 3 weeks, I think, since I flew in there. I don't think I turned any of my lights off. Good. I don't know if the transponder in this thing even works. There it does. Because I know in some of them, like, you can't even move them. There's the buzzer. We need to get our airspeed down. I'm gonna go ahead, put those to full rich. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the autopilot. Take that off, because I want to pull my nose up so I can get my airspeed down real quick. I just want to be able to drop the gear. Probably could drop the gear at that speed, but I just want to make sure. Alright, so now we can get to the flaps. We're in the arc. And you can see how the water kind of comes up around there on the front on that island. We can go ahead and trim this out a little better. I guess we were further away than it felt, because I felt like we were coming in real quick. I guess we're out a little further than I thought. We're going to be lined up straight. I thought we were going to kind of come at an angle and just turn it real quick at the end. Yeah, hell, we got the flaps out and everything real quick. $2,200 feet. What did I say the heading was? 235. There we go. Call final in just a second. Get that off my screen. Let me reset my view. I think we only have 2 notches of flaps. I can't really remember. It looks like we got 3. Go ahead and put out the second one. Let's go ahead and call that we're on a final.
Tango, November, Charlie Echo, traffic, Cessna, November, 92580 is on final, runway 24 to land.
Yeah, you can see that road coming through the runway. Let's see if we get that big gust of wind. I've been getting that a lot lately. Alright, so we're actually at full flap, so there is just 2 notches. Go ahead and get down a little more. Always feel like we're coming in too high, but it always feels like we're gonna get too low. That runway will look different than last time. I used Rex the other day. change some of the textures and stuff. Watching that airspeed, it's just now starting to come down. Oh, we haven't gotten blown around. That's nice. Coming in steep. Oh, there it is. I spoke too soon. Hell's bells. Oh, see, it threw me off so bad. You stupid ass weather bullshit. Come on. How can you possibly have a good landing when that's happening? That's some bullshit right there. I'm starting to get really. I'm gonna have to look at why that's happening. That's happening on every single flight. It's like, hey, he's getting close. He's almost gonna land. Let's throw in the weather. It's like somebody's really screwing with me. Make sure we're off the runway. That was a horrible landing. I'm getting pushed around though. What can I do? Oh, that sucks. Now, so we're clear runway. And you can't, if you go around, it's just gonna do it again, I'm sure. So I don't understand what's going on there. Turn off the transponder. Let's go down here. Landing lights can come off. Strobes are off. Pitot heat, stall heat. Did I hit the... I guess I haven't hit that. I was about to say FSEconomy hasn't clicked me yet. It'll get me here in a second. Taxi light can come off. Just kind of wait a second till it gets me. There it goes. Alright, so I'll go ahead and turn the avionics bus off. We'll go ahead and cut that. Turn the nav off. Generators. The mags. And the battery. We should be all shut down. Well, let's actually get one thing. Can I get, there we go. Tanks. Sweet. So with that, let's go ahead and move over to FSEconomy and we'll get ourselves paid. Alright everybody, so here we go. The income was $1,301. We luckily only rented the plane for 18 minutes at $422 an hour. It did cost us $130.47. We used $38 worth of fuel. In the ground crew fee was $130.10. Total additional costs were $168.19. Distance bonus, yeah, we lost $460 on that. So just under 1,000, $997.74. It wasn't really meant to make, you know, money on this flight. It was kind of nice scenery. I've been there before, and St. Barts is always fun. So YT Flyers $217.74 and paid to the pilot $780. And there you can see it's not much more than last time. So not much at all. But we're making progress. I guess we're going to go towards 300. It's just the thing is, I would really like to get that 60 grand. And put the avionics in the, what was it, the Cherokee I think we have. But yeah, so probably next time we'll make some more money flights. Because I was less than $1,000. So I'd like to make more than that. But on occasion, it's just nice to throw in some scenery, you know. Just do a nice, almost feels like a casual flight. When you're in this area. But yeah. So, I don't know what exactly we'll do next. We'll look for something a little, pays a little more. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.